often in many of our IVF cases. So what happens to AMH when you give GnRH analog long-acting depot preparation? And why do we need to know that? Is because the long-acting agonist is used in endometriosis. It is used in the long protocol if you wanted to. It's used as a convenience in batching. And so if you have a look at what happens to the AMH, it just gives you an idea. So I'll share the screen about this paper, which so this was published in JCM Online. And what we know is that GnRH analog suppresses gonadotrophins and acts indirectly on the ovarian follicle. There's also some evidence that GnRH induces granular cell apoptosis and maybe indirectly acting on the ovary. Thus, there may be a direct action of GnRH analog on AMH. So these were 33 participants were given leuprolide 3.75 milligram in the mid-luteal phase where we normally would do it. And what did we see? So, and they looked at blood levels day 7 after the agonist, day 14, and day 30. So if you look at FSH, see the agonist does not dramatically lower the FSH. So it takes a minor dip across the board. Look at estrogen, and estrogen 7 days later drops significantly and goes extremely low. So you'll see a level of 50 to 70 at the end of 4 weeks. If you look at LH decline, and that is key, you're looking at it as an LH blockade. And the LH also takes quite a deep plunge, but not phenomenally different from the mid-luteal. Remember, LH in the mid-luteal part is always low. So by giving that, you're going to see also a decline that is occurring. And the progesterone takes a rapid decline. So both the ovarian hormones take a far more aggressive decline. If you look at the AMH, and that is more interesting, the AMH from the reference point of mid-luteal takes a significant dip and then starts rising. So 7 days later, it takes a dip and then it rises in 7 days' time again and almost reaches just beyond the mid-luteal AMH. Now, while the changes are more geared towards LH and E2 and progesterone, the mid-luteal administration, if you see, there's the flare is reduced. You see the flare better in the follicular phase. And there's generally no change to AMH at that stage. So even when a flare occurs, the AMH does not move up and down. But it's also shown that in 2 studies that if you gave AMH, GnRH analog, you'll first see a decline in AMH and then you see a rise in AMH administration. But equally has been shown that if you continue GnRH analog, the decline of AMH is constant, so it does not recover. Now, this study to some extent shows that there is some AMH dependence on FSH and LH on gonadotrophins, and you can see that with no change being with the flare, while independently as the FSH LH declines, there's also a decline in AMH. Now, why would the AMH increase 7 days later? And it may be due to upregulation of GnRH receptors combined with apoptotic effects. So what would happen is, as a destruction of follicles occurs, there's a more rapid increase or recruitment that occurs from preantral and antral pool of follicles. And this may give rise to that rise of AMH that is occurring. So in summary, what we would say is, if you administer GnRH, you will see a minimal decline of FSH. The LH will decline by day 14 and 13. The E2 continues to decline to its lowest by day 30, and the AMH may vary. It may go down and then climb up again. So if you use it as a part of your long protocol, absolutely perfect, because what's happening is by the time you see the AMH decline and then go up, you have generally seen that some part of recruitment has started. But if you continue to give the GnRH analog, you're going to see a decline in AMH, and that is what happens in long-term endometriosis management, where you further start declining AMH levels. Thank you very much.